Hey guys, welcome to my channel and my video, subscribe or some crap. My name is Apollo. I'm making this video instead of doing the work that I'm supposed to do, so don't tell my parents. So this is a speed paint. Technically not, since this actually did take a while. You can see it took like 25 hours. Most of that was rendering. So drawing process is probably more accurate, but I'm doing this shit for views. Anyways, this character's name's Tal. You probably saw him in my Get Your Wish animatic, which I'll link in the iCard. He's a robot, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can see the sketch here. The pose was it's deceptively simple. It was pretty weird to figure out, since Tal is really tall and skinny. Like, in the lore, he's 7 feet tall because he's supposed to be a robot super weapon. I don't really know that much about composition, but I really thought the giant circle thing looked really cool. It was based off like, I think Jackie, I don't know if you know her, but she made Underverse. She made an old speed paint with ink sands in it, and it had like a giant sun and ball, and I've been inspired by that ever since. Yeah, so because of the giant sun thing, I got to do room lighting, and that's really fun because you don't have to care about where light comes from or anything. So it was pretty fun to do with the rendering, especially for the hair. You'll see a little bit later. Yeah, that was really fun. Bisexual lighting, am I right? Yeah. The halo thing here is really cool. It's inspired by Gabriel from Ultra Kill. A lot of the parts of this character, Tal's, his design was inspired off Gabriel from Ultra Kill. There was this like one Jinka I saw of him with his mask off and everything, and it's like wormed its way to my mind, and yeah, his design is kind of based off that. So here you can see me rendering the hair. I think that was like the most fun I had during this process. The rest of it was absolute torture. Like during this I hadn't really rendered anything in a while, so yeah, I had a surprising amount of fun with that. So the rest of this video is pretty boring. It's just a bunch of rendering stuff, so I think this is a good chance to explain the lore of this piece and the lore of this character. It's pretty complex, but long story short, this OC world, and the story is called Post-Terminal, is run entirely by this AI called Eve, who doesn't technically have a physical form, but she interacts with the world like a god. Like non-physical stuff, she controls every single electronic piece and has the whole entire planet basically worshipping her like a god. So this is kind of like a sci-fi thing. And in the story there was this scientist slash government official called Callisto, and she's like an extremely important part of the whole government and all that. She's extremely loyal to Eve, to the point where it's kind of creepy, and she has a whole entire ego thing about being one of the only people who can directly talk to her, which makes her come off as really cold and a little bit mean. I have an animation coming up with her soon, so look out for that. She has 2 siblings who will be very important that she cares for like children, called Piper and Ganymede. Piper, the girl, is like 9 at this point, and Ganymede is like 18. I promise this is all related to the speed paint. Gosh. So Ganymede, the older one, the boy, he had a mysterious illness for most of his life that is basically slowly killing him, and all they know is that he doesn't really have much time left. Personality-wise, he's a very kind and caring person who loves caring for his sister Piper, and he's very intelligent. He loves reading, he loves books, he loves studying robotics and science and all that, and he really likes birds and nature and life, even though he can't really see it that often since he's hospital bound a lot of the time. And so this disease, it's like really making him unable to enjoy any of the things that he does in life, and eventually he's too weak to even walk by himself, and yeah. eventually this disease progresses to the point where he actually does need like hospitalization all the time. He's like fully in at this point. And so his sister Callisto, the government official, she has a whole mental breakdown about Ganymede's illness, and all Ganymede insists that he shouldn't be taking up all of their resources and all of her time since she has a job and all that. Callisto really cares about him, right, despite her cold exterior. And so they have a huge argument about this, about his life and whether he should live or die, to the point where Ganymede actually becomes actively suicidal out of spite because he refuses to be under the control of someone else, which is, you know, kind of messed up. So Callisto, while he's sleeping or after one of his suicide attempts, copies all of his memories and personality traits and uploads them into a file, and basically uploads them, or prepares to upload them, into a robotic body for after his death. And this robotic body was actually supposed to be for a project called Project TALOS, which was made by Eve. Basically, they were supposed to be like super soldiers and symbols of peace or whatever. Eventually, Ganymede dies and the file is uploaded into this robotic body. As you can see from the speed paint, it's kind of like an angel, right? It's supposed to like symbolize an angel because Eve is God and Tal's an angel or whatever. So Eve ends up having to personally intervene after she finds out that Callisto has been using the secret super weapon for her own sentimentality, and obviously that's not a great thing, right? So she takes back the robotic body and wipes out all of the memories that Ganymede has in it, right? But before all of the memories can be wiped out and all that, Piper, the little girl, the sibling of Callisto, after having been neglected for a while because Callisto had been spending so much time stressing about Ganymede, she ends up stealing the body and dumping it into a rubbish bin, or not a rubbish bin, but like a garbage dump, where eventually it's found by this character or a mechanic called Bullet, who is the main character of the series. Yeah, all of what I just said was backstory. So Tal, again, he's not technically the protagonist, but he's a very complex sort of character. Basically, the entire story revolves around the question of whether he is conscious or a sapient being or not, since his emotions have been simulated so closely to resemble a human because he was modeled after Ganymede. I really disliked the fact that in a lot of media about robots, people make the robots as sentient and sapient as possible because, you know, the audience wants something to interact with and empathize with. But like WALL-E or Detroit Become Human, right? Like there's technically nothing wrong with that, but there's so many other directions that you can explore like robot characters in. It just feels like you're creating another human character if you're not exploring that potential, right? So I'm not really going to go into depth about like exactly Tao's whole entire role in the story and all of the themes surrounding it. Again, his relationship with Bullet, the main character, is like super complex and all that. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. So let me know if you guys want a video about Bullet and Tao's relationship and whatever, right? It's kind of gay. It's a little bit gay. It's okay, it's gay. Alright, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which hopefully will be my animation of Callisto and Eve. Whew.